Hello.
Hey,
Hey man, how's it going?
yeah, all good. Yeah,
Good.
sorry for the sort of landing it on you like that.
No worries at
Yeah,
all. It's
didn't
just
really
a
give you a
nice
lot of
Sunday
time
afternoon.
to get ready.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm ready for part two.
Nice one, brilliant. Yeah, it's going to be a bit like Groundhog Day. Another '90s reference there in a very '90s orientated episode.
Yes. Yeah, my favorite decade.
Yeah, because we've already done this, but stupidly I forgot to press the record button last time. Just letting the viewers know what happened. So it's gonna feel a bit deja vu today.
Hey man, no worries. I've done it too, and yeah, I even put on the same outfit I had last time.
Yeah,
So
so did I. Yeah, yeah. I literally just threw this jumper on like 2 minutes ago.
yeah, like no time has
Yeah,
passed.
just trying to keep consistency. Yeah. All right, nice one. Okay, so I'm happy to start. I think Nathaniel got to his fourth choice in the previous episode with Love Lies Crushing. That was his number four. So I'm now going to show my number four. And this is Resplendor, PLEAMAR, from 2006. Um, yeah, maybe not the best lighting actually in this room, but hopefully you guys can see that okay. Uh,
Beautiful, yeah.
yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not 4AD work, but they aren't on the 4AD label. This is like way after 4AD's heyday, but Robin Guthrie from the Cocktail Twins, who was a 4AD musician on the label, obviously helped mix this album. He mixed this album. So I guess with the 4AD connection, they tried to keep it consistent with the Vaughan Oliver style 4AD kind of artwork, where it's very like abstract and impressionistic and surreal. And I really feel I love the colors of this, the oil painting kind of like the oil dripping off, like just so beautiful and like an oil kind of from a paintbrush just spilling onto something. I really think it's reflective of the music. It's so ethereal. And Scott Cortez, our friend from Love Lies Crushing and Astro Bright, he actually plays bass guitar on this album.
Oh, he plays
And
bass?
yeah, he actually plays bass. Yeah, he's credited as bass on this.
That's really interesting. I don't think I've ever heard him play the bass before, at least.
Look at that beautiful, beautiful insert as well. Those sort of blue
Oh, I like
waves,
that.
the blue glow.
That is beautiful. I love that like kind of neon blue color you
Yeah,
have there. Yeah.
neon
Blue and
blue.
black.
That's the way to describe it, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
That is beautiful. I can see why you picked that one. That one might have been on my list too had I known about it, but yeah, I like
yeah.
how yeah, it's almost like ink, black ink on the front, but then there's also a cloudy orange hazy background like it's dawn or dusk or something
Mm.
like that.
So yeah, I can
Yeah.
see from inside. You see that Robin Guthrie engineered, produced, and mixed the album, and Scott Cortez bass guitar and backing vocals.
Oh wow.
So
Robin Guthrie and Scott Cortez. I can't even begin to imagine the sounds that that creates.
yeah, you can't fathom that.
Yeah. It's like a
Yeah.
super group of
It
shoegaze.
is. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I thought. Yeah, when I first like found out about this album. And it's not too old as well. It's like 2006, and I think they're from Peru in South America originally, before relocating to the Netherlands, Amsterdam in particular. So yeah,
Okay.
super cool, interesting group. And they came out with a release in 2021, I think. Tristessa, something like that.
Okay, so they're still active then.
Yeah,
That's
they're
cool.
still very active.
Okay. Yeah, cool. I wasn't familiar with them, but that's definitely one I'm going to check out. Yeah.
Yep, cool. Yeah, your turn, bro.
All right, sounds good. Number three. Yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this one right. I know commenters love to tell me when I don't pronounce something right, but yeah, regardless, it's Oil by Urban Twilight. So that's my number three pick. And if you can see or if you know what it looks like, it combines two things that I really love. Number one being a cityscape, and number two, just this hazy atmosphere. Not only do I think like a hazy imagery like that really fits the music, with it being shoegaze, but it's just also image. It's just a vivid picture that I just really love. I've always been the kind of person who's loved like a cloudy, hazy, rainy day more than a sunny day. I think that picture kind of emulates that. And I've always loved a cityscape image too. I grew up in a very rural setting, and so I have this childlike fascination when I see uh large skyscrapers. There's just so it's hard for me to wrap my head around buildings that big. So I think those are the two reasons why I love it so much, and the music's great too.
Really great pick, man.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, hopefully you can see that in your edits when you edit the two videos. Hopefully you can see it.
We'll have it
Um,
like right here in the top right
yeah.
corner.
Oh yeah. By the way, I don't think you downloaded my part one yet.
I thought I did. I think I have a download here. Maybe
Oh,
I'll double check though.
oh, actually, maybe I think I know the reason. I think maybe because I sent it twice, and one of them was like a folder. So it's probably that one you didn't download, which is correct. You weren't meant to
Okay.
download that one. It was just a file.
Okay.
Yeah, because I
Yeah, I'll
remember.
double check.
Yeah, because I remember
Okay.
I sort of I did it wrong the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, no worries, man. I'll double check after this, make sure we get both files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the way, you can edit this a bit out anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
don't worry.
this is just very small talk for the audience.
Yeah, yeah, special exclusive talk. Yeah. Yeah, no, like when I interview people every now and then, like sometimes I crop out as much as 50% of what we say just because either I'm fumbling over something or I don't know. Or
Yeah,
yeah, so that's
yeah, it's
totally fine.
understandable. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So on to my number three, and for this, I'm going with My Bloody Valentine, the Tremolo EP,
Iconic.
and this was just before Loveless. This is from 1991, but it was in March of that year. It came out at the same time as Ride Today Forever, pretty much almost the same day, and it's got To Here's No When on it, which is like the iconic track that was put on Loveless. And I think this with the Glider EP, two very incredible artworks actually. Like either one of them could have been my number three pick. And I just it kind of resembles the Loveless album cover. It's still that pinky haze to it. And I like the face that's kind of just sleeping, and it just reflects the whole kind of dreamy nature of the song, the way you can bask in its beauty, and it's just soothing, and it just makes you like feel that what you see here is what you feel basically. It's that kind of drifting off to sleep, dreamy feel to it, and yeah, just incredible colors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
And,
beautiful, man.
and the
It's hard
back,
to pick. Yeah.
also
So
the back is just as iconic, I think, with the pink, orange, and blue.
yeah. Great shoegaze, bright, vivid colors,
Yeah,
luminous. Maybe
yeah,
that's where luminous orange came from.
yeah, yeah. It could be. Yeah, that's another good band. Yeah, and
Yeah,
Swallow. There's a track called Swallow on this, the B
love that
side.
song.
Yeah, incredible with its flutes. I think it's a flute or piccolo flute, I think. And yeah, like a snake charming kind of song. and it's got Honey Power and Moon Song on it. So you
Yeah,
get a great collection.
every song on that EP is just a banger. Like it just amazes me like how the My Bloody Valentine EPs are, in my opinion, on par with Loveless. Just 1991, man, greatest year ever for music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely a huge candidate.
yeah, yeah. No, I think that's a great pick. I've always wondered if they with a lot of those pictures, I wonder if that's Belinda on front. Same with the Feed Me With Your Kiss EP that they released a year earlier, or Lighter. It's like two faces making out. I wonder how
Yeah,
they create those. Wonder if
yeah,
it's
quite
Belinda.
interesting observation. Definitely, could well
Yeah,
be. I've actually got the Glider EP here as well.
there it is. You think that's
Yeah,
Belinda and Kevin, maybe?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but no, that's a great pick though.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, number two. So I picked Abriction Interstates, and this is because, and this is I think this album was released just last year. It's very new, and I get a lot of nostalgia, just images of the interstate, just simply because, I have a lot of family in the East Coast, and I live in the Midwest, and so, it's when I go to visit them, it's like 16, 17 hours of driving, and so I think I've spent a lot of time on the interstate. And I feel like that image on the cover is something I could have easily seen and just been in for hours. And there's something oddly comforting about it, I think. And to be honest, I don't even remember the music that much from it. I'm not the biggest Abriction fan, to be honest, but I do just love the imagery on it, for that reason. Yeah,
Yeah, great stuff.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah, awesome. Yeah, I did check out the covers. I remember when we finished the previous episode, I did go and look at your choices, and they were really good.
Oh, thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, the oil one was very good, and Love Lies Crushing one I liked with the feather on it. Was it
Thank
no?
you.
No, not feather. That's Pink Shiny Ultra Blast, the feather one, which is another very good one actually. Pink Shiny Ultra Blast. If you know
Oh,
some of
yeah.
their covers are very interesting. But yeah, yeah, because it was the bird on Love Lies Crushing has the bird on it.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's their best cover, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
Or
do.
like flying.
I do quite like blown eyelash wish. I do
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's a really good cover. It's actually a bit like the Tremolo EP that I just showed actually, because it's got the face on the front, and so there's a bit of
Yeah, it is.
similarities. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, and that's Melissa in front of that one. I think it's like the blue and yellow. I
Mm.
think, yeah, that's a good one too. And it's probably the most iconic of all their covers. But yeah, and that one could have easily made this list too. I agree that that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on to my number two, and for this, I am going with. I'm going with Ride Nowhere.
It's so good.
Absolutely iconic.
Love it. Isn't it your profile picture on your YouTube account too?
Yeah, yeah. It's my thumbnail. Yes.
Good pick.
Yeah, and look, even with this 2015 re-release, I really love the design. I really love the kind of like swirliness to it, and
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
Marble. I love that.
Marble, yeah, yeah. Dreams Burn Down. That's my favorite song from the album. Although all songs are great,
Oh,
um,
yeah.
and
That
it's
whole album, man.
it's combined. This is combined with the Today Forever EP and the Fall EP on it. So you get 15 tracks altogether.
Nice. Yeah, that's so good, man. Does it have the one of my favorite ride songs is Nowhere, just the titular track. And I don't think that's on
Mm.
the original release, but um I don't know if it's like a bonus track or what exactly it is, but that's just one of my favorites.
It's from the Fall EP.
Oh, it is.
Uh,
Okay.
so it's
Yeah.
with Taste Here and Now
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dreams Burn Down.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
there you go.
yeah, Dreams
Yeah.
Burn Down actually came out on the EP before the main album, and then they put it on the album as well. So it appears on like the EP and album, two different places. Yeah, I was just gonna turn the screen because I wanted to show people the big poster on the wall. Yeah, there it is, man.
Iconic. Look at that.
Yeah. So that's how much it means to me.
Would you say it's the album that got you into shoegaze in the first place?
Yeah. Yes, it is. I think "Leave Them All Behind" was the first shoegaze song I ever heard, and I think it's a good place for people to start. I think "Ride" in general is a great place to start because they have like a traditional kind of indie rock sensibility, which is kind of like similar to like Stone Roses and House of Love, which were their initial influences, as well as the noisy stuff like My Bloody Valentine and Jesus and Mary Chain. But definitely, I think if you're not into like normal indie rock, then like I see like Ride and The Verve as two like real gateway kind of bands into the genre.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they could be for sure. Um, yeah, so good.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
just
trying.
showing it one more time.
Love it.
My number two. Just yeah, oh yeah, I need to say that so the artwork, yeah, it's just again, it's the whole like water imagery, the way it's like power and elegance together, and that kind of represents the sounds. I think if you think about a track like Dreams Burn Down, and it's got those kind of watery sounds, like the gushing of the wah pedal, where it's like shh, you get a lot of those kind of sounds with like created by the wah pedal with lots of distortion and reverb, and it
Yeah,
really creates a kind of that kind of like water gushing kind of sound. Like Seagull as well has that kind of sound, and
I
it
live for
really,
those sounds.
yeah. So yeah, I do think the songs do live up to the album artwork. Although I would say it's not quite a tidal wave wall of sound, but you still get moments. But
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely iconic.
Yeah, like I think on the spectrum on shoegaze, like I think, some air more on the dreamy side, like Pale Saints and Lush, but I think Ride and Nowhere era is far more on the noise side. And yeah, and I think for reasons like you said, and I love just overwhelming sound like that. Like Seagull, of course, is just so, I mean, iconic, quite frankly. I've
Yeah,
used
it's
that
just
a lot today.
yeah, like the Birds on steroids.
Yeah.
Like the bands, the Birds, who used like the 12-string Rickenbackers in the 1960s. It's like that kind of sound, but like on steroids, where it's like pumped up. Everything's like just massive and bigger, and it's like
Yeah, yeah.
the whole like the stereo field, the whole stereo field is covered like binaural panning like that. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
360 kind of you're enveloped in the songs.
Yeah, they kind of pick up where the birds left off. And what I like
Yeah,
about overwhelming sound like that is you take out of it what you want to hear, like an impressionistic painting or something like that, where
yeah,
you you hear when there's so much sound that you can almost just take from it. It's left for you to interpret it in a way, I
yeah.
think. I don't know. I'm not an
Yeah, I
art
really love
connoisseur.
that. That's really great language. I love that.
Thank
It
you.
actually reminds me of what Greg Ekel said from Drop 19s. He said about that he was influenced by like a film director who likes like words coming and going and certain things popping in and popping out, and ducking back in again behind. He likes that kind of the modulation of going back and forwards with stuff appearing and disappearing again in a mix.
Oh,
So yeah, I
interesting.
guess like shoegaze is very much like that in the audio fashion.
kind of like recurring themes or things that just yeah, I wonder what movie he was talking about or what film director he meant. Be interested to hear what he meant. I'll have to rewatch that interview. um
Yeah, I can tell you now actually, um, because I saved it as a short from my channel. He was talking about uh, Rob Altman.
oh, I'm not familiar with him. I'll check it out though.
Hmm. Yeah, Rob Altman did like lots of 90s, early 2000s films.
Okay. Yeah. This is why I love having these discussions. You get to hear, you've introduced me to a lot of albums that I wasn't familiar with, and then you speak with Greg and like
Yeah.
he has these recommendations for film and
Mm.
and I think that's what really living in the spirit of the scene that celebrates itself, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still like your comments about how you called me I'm like the press of the
Oh,
genre. I'm like
yeah.
the journalist historian guy.
Yeah. No, yeah, I really meant it too, really. Because you're actually able, because you're far closer to where a lot of these bands originated. And the fact you're able to go here and like, let's say a band's about to release a new album, I'll be like, oh, well, Sam's gonna have something out on it, probably, We could get your take, you
Yeah,
know?
you can rely on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So there's definitely a place for that, and I think it's fantastic. So
yeah.
um
Thank you so much. Yeah, I put a lot. It's good to hear those words after I put a lot of effort into my channels. So, yeah,
oh yeah.
thank you.
Oh yeah, of course, man. I know it takes so much effort, I know, to get a channel off the ground. And I think, it's good to, help each other out as content creators and, as much as we can, because it's tough, man.
Yeah, I mean you're doing exceptionally well. I mean the 26K, I think your subscribers are. Wow,
Thank you.
you have such a great team.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I think I might have quit by now if I didn't have a few people helping me out now. It's fantastic.
yeah.
So thankful for them.
Must feel
Yeah.
like a little family going on.
Yeah. Yeah, our fun our little collective family. Yeah, it's a great crew. There's about five of us now. So one of them just like my brother and yeah, and then a few people I met over Instagram. So it's yeah, really cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on to your number one then, shall we?
Yes, number one, drum roll. Hail Saints, the comforts of madness. Yeah. So why do I love this album? Few things. There's a cat on it, and I think as we talked about in the last video, I think, yeah, there it is. There it is. We both had a couple albums with a cat on it. You with Chapter House, me with Moon Diver earlier, and I love the rose petals. I love flowers. And I think when you combine those two things, it just becomes my favorite cover, and it's just simply visually stunning, in my opinion. Music's also fantastic. It was one of the first shoegaze albums I ever heard, and so I think it has that nostalgic quality as well. Yeah, Pale Saints was one of the first shoegaze bands I actually got into, because I think I went from like My Bloody Valentine to Lush, yeah, then to Pale Saints and Swirlies. And ironically, I got into Swirlies and Pale Saints before I even got into Slow Dive and Ride. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, there's
Um,
the 4AD logo there.
yeah, 4AD. Um, yeah, I think anything associated with 4AD, even if it is more in the shoegaze category, it tends to have like jangly or dreamy, colorful sounds, which I also really like. Um, so I think, yeah, you can definitely hear, I think with the album itself, you can hear the influences of like I don't know. There's some music is very persistent. I really appreciate that about it as well. Oh, froze up for a second. Did I lose you there for a second?
Yeah, yeah, there was a bit of freezing. Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately.
sorry. Yeah, it says my internet connection's unstable.
Uh,
Uh, but
okay,
anyway, I
yeah,
was just
if you want to repeat what you said, that will be good, I think.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I was just rambling about my love of Pale Saints. How the
That
I
yeah.
yeah, their music is just quite progressive, I think, like with the changes in time and just the um yeah, the time changes, the sounds. Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point, but I love their music. Half-Life, right?
I got Half Life. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one I don't have is In Ribbons, which is we talked about this before actually, saying In Ribbons is in contention for our favorite Pale Saints album. It's kind of
Yes.
it's a tight kind of toss up between the Comforts of Madness and In Ribbons.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Because yeah, I think you told me last time that it was Melting Candle Wax, and I never saw that.
Yeah.
Um, it's funny, you see these albums. I've been familiar with these albums for a long time, and to finally get to talk to someone else about them, they could look at it and see something totally different that I never saw. So I think that's really cool.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the ambiguity, the nuances of the artwork where people can find different things from them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
I agree with you.
it's a bit of an adventure to like find these meanings in the artwork.
Kind of like the music itself, right? You
Yeah,
pull and
very
you'll
deep. Yeah.
yeah. I love that kind of stuff. I know some people like, super photorealistic stuff where it's just like a picture or whatever. And I like that kind of art too, but I am just endlessly fascinated by stuff that's a bit more abstract or surreal. Bit of a weirdo in that respect.
No, not really. Not really. I think it's probably plenty of us.
Yeah,
It's a mad world.
it is.
But
Yeah.
yeah, speaking about In Ribbons, I would like to say that I believe that In Ribbons is better for the songs. I think they're much more easier to get into. I think the song structures are like just really like accessible and great. Whereas the Comfort of Madness is a bit more like prog rock in a way. It's got its prog quality to it, where there's different like time signatures, and the tracks like fade into one another. That's a really big thing on Comfort of Madness, like the way that I think Sight of You goes into Time Thief. If memory serves correctly, you get these you get these kind of connections. Um,
Yeah, it's almost like you're supposed to listen to it as a whole, like from beginning to end.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's very like very like 70s prog in that way. But you know, some of the songs are very short, which is quite unusual as well. You get like 3 minute songs, and then there might be like a 6 minute one, and it's all over the place, isn't it? A real journey.
Yeah. Yeah, like You Tear the World in Two. That's one of my favorites. I think that song is only like 2 minutes and it just blows past and you
Mm.
know, and I like that about it. But I agree. Yeah, I think I might like the Comforts, not the Comforts, I'm sorry. Sorry, what's their second album? I'm
Uh,
blanking on all of a sudden.
in
Oh, In
Ribbons.
Ribbons. Yes, yeah, sorry. In Ribbons, I think I like slightly more. I agree with you there. Just because I think Muriel Barham's voice really adds to
Mm.
it, in throwing back
Yes.
the apple. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Um,
definitely another element there when Mario does some songs and then Ian Masters does some other songs. It just adds another dynamic, and there's some great stuff like A Thousand Stars Burst Open, Never Ending Dream. Um, you know, the second half of the album especially is really incredible.
yeah.
Hunted is really good. Um, I like Ordeal, which is like track two, where it's like this like real big feedback from Graham Naismith, the
Yeah.
guitarist. There's like lots of feedback in it, and it's just a real, yeah, it's a real like pummeling track. You know, good noise but dreamy as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think at that point, they've really found their footing. And yeah,
Oh,
Graham.
of course, hair shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the song Hair Shoes, that's like the shoegaze classic on that one. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
that's like the no compromise track where they really go for it in terms of effects.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. One of my favorites is Thread of Light, which is a bit melancholy. I know that word's used way too often in shoegaze music, but that's one of the first times you really get to hear Muriel shine with her lyricism, and it's a bit more conventional, but I still really like it. But yeah, like you said, that whole album, Ordeal, Hunted, incredible.
Yeah, for sure,
Um,
man.
yeah,
Nice one.
good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, so this leads me on to my number one. We've got about 10 minutes left, so it should be okay.
Okay,
And this is going to be Lush with the Scar EP.
beautiful.
Yeah, and this is 4AD artwork again by Vaughan Oliver. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, Envelope 23 did some incredible stuff for 4AD, collaborating with Pale Saint and Lush, Cocteau Twins, just to name three iconic bands from the label. As you can see, I got this sign from Mickey Bereni herself, who is a real delight to meet in real life. She is really sweet. Sweetness and light. Excuse the pun.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a great pick. It's like when I look at it, it's like walking into a ethereal curtain. Um,
Yeah.
isn't that beautiful, man? Yeah, I think that's a great pick. Um,
Yeah,
you said
thanks a lot. Yeah, this has Thought Form, Scarlet, Bitter, Second Sight, Ethereal, and Baby Talk on it. So
so good. Now,
yeah,
I
this.
didn't realize this, but did you know that the track Ethereal, it's a combination of the names Ethan and Muriel, to make
Oh,
that's why it's spelt strange because Muriel was a member of Lush and apparently,
yes.
yeah, and I think she had a boyfriend named Ethan or something, and I don't want to misrepresent the story, but I think there was some falling out or something, and that track's about that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
some incredible how you depicted that, how you
Yeah.
worked that out. That's really incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because she was in the band, yeah, in the late 80s when they started up. I'm not quite sure when she left. Maybe it was 90, it must have been like 90 or 91 before their first album came out, Spooky, and because that came out in 1992.
Yeah.
So I guess she left before the debut album.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think she was there that long. It's crazy how long it took them to get their first album out, you know? I think they
Yeah,
just had so many great EPs.
yeah, I think it was also I think like they found it hard to get signed as well to begin with, I heard, which is quite surprising
Yeah,
because they were a bit like unconfident live apparently.
that's
So
right.
yeah, I read
Yeah,
it because I got the 4AD book and I read the story and yeah, there was a bit of a struggle for them to get signed.
it's
So
too bad.
yeah, it's good that they. I'm glad they did eventually, though. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, like I love. I could have went for the Sweetness and Light EP as well. It's very hard to choose a Lush cover because this was also in contention as well. The Sweetness and Light EP.
Beautiful. Neon ribbons.
Yeah, I'm kind of cheating at this point by showing the other ones, but oh
No,
well.
you're good,
Yeah.
man. It's no, I
These
love
these
it.
these just the honorable mentions basically, and I love the CD version of Splits. Just I love the luminous green.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I love that. Let me see if I have any vinyls actually.
just
Pull out any.
something so striking about this one. I
Yeah,
guess the vinyl wouldn't feature the luminous green. That's the thing. You have to get the CD to get this kind of jewel case.
that's true. Yeah, one of the benefits of getting it on CD.
Yeah.
Um, pull out my here. Got Loveless, obviously.
Yes, we're not going to lose subscribers.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
We just satisfied the purists. There we go.
There.
Woo!
Yeah. So don't dislike because we didn't include Loveless. Here it is.
There it is, guys.
Yeah. Uh
We are
yeah,
we
yeah.
are forgiven for our sins.
Yeah. It's like an atonement, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
What about Souvlaki? Oh yeah, actually, just for a day is my one of my honorable mentions. So let's get that out of the way as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another iconic one.
Although this is just the insert of it because I've actually got it hung on the wall, the actual cover. But
Oh, you
yeah,
do? Okay.
yeah, I got Whirlpool and I've got Loveless and the Boo Radleys vinyl on the wall.
Boo Radley's underrated.
Well, I've actually got two. Oh yeah, super underrated. I was listening to them this week actually when I was making my latest video, like talking about the two most underrated albums in my opinion. So
Oh,
I
I
was
saw
I,
that.
I was kind of like having like a re-listen, like just reminding myself of how good the EPs are, like Every Heaven and Boo Up and Kaleidoscope EP, Adrenaline, and
Yeah,
and then of course this one, Everything's Alright Forever.
love it. That's
And that,
another beautiful one.
yeah, I said that this and Strange Free Wild by Kitchens of Distinction were the two most overlooked albums in my opinion.
Yeah,
And it's
I
actually it's
agree.
actually got a few it's got quite a few views on that, which is awesome.
Yeah, I watched. That was a good video you did.
Oh,
Yeah, I
thank you,
don't know
man.
why. Yeah, I don't know why Kitchens and Distinction, especially. Um, I've heard that they were critical of Margaret Thatcher in the 80s, and they think that might have been why she never or they never were more successful. Um, so I don't know if that's it or not, but it's hard to wrap my head around them not receiving more recognition. I agree. They are definitely underrated.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that as being the reason because I think lots of these bands would have been anti-Thatcher, so
Yeah.
I think there was lots of these kind of subtle messages in lots of the band songs. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's a bit of
Yeah.
mystery there. But yeah, I got a couple of honorable mentions. So yeah, Going Blank Again, Ride's second album,
I love that one.
the first album I heard really that got me into shoegaze.
Yeah.
Like it got me from like Britpop to shoegaze basically. Like kind of
Yeah.
it helped me make the jump. Leave Them All Behind, dude. That was the single, and never looks back after hearing that one.
Yeah, it's funny how that happens, how a lot of people are introduced to shoegaze through Britpop, when in reality it was in the opposite order, where shoegaze came first and then it was Britpop.
Mm.
But I was the same way, where I got really into Britpop and then I discovered shoegaze afterwards. So that's cool.
Yeah, you kind of have to like look at the surface level stuff first, like the stuff that isn't underground, the stuff that's commercial to get to the underground stuff. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
And yeah, this is the Lush box set actually with it's like all of their EPs and albums all contained in one book.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's a night. You have such a cool collection, man.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's cool. See, I just got the I don't know how familiar you are with Majesty Crush, but I have their new vinyl right here, the double vinyl. Oh, and
Oh,
you have
no,
Slow Dive there too.
beautiful. Yeah, Majesty Crush. Yeah, really good stuff. Yeah, if you want to show honorable mentions, we have 1 minute left.
Okay, we'll go
Yeah,
fast.
go fast.
Okay. Well, sweet. This I don't know if it's one of my favorites because it's like a reissue, but I'll just show the ones I have. But again, got cats on it. We all know we love cats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we're out of time. I'm not gonna be able to dig out anymore. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, hopefully that's enough, dude. Hopefully you got what you wanted out of the video.
Yeah, man, I had a super fun time. We'll have to do it again soon because
Sure. Yeah, we
yeah,
can think of another subject. And
yeah,
great
yeah,
talking to you,
great.
dude.
Yeah, you as well. You
Yeah.
take care.
Thanks. Have a great night and peace out.
Yeah, peace out. You as
Yeah.
well. All right.
Hey, thanks. Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. Bye.